Hey guys, BillyGoat098 here, and the people have spoken. We're back with another How to Minecraft video. This time we will be doing How to Combat. So a lot of people do not know what all of the combat enchantments do. So protection gives you more protection on your armor. Fire protection protects you from fire better, like fire arrows, fire aspect. Feather falling. This only works on boots, but it makes you take less fall damage. Blast protection helps you with creepers. It makes you more blast resistant. Projectile protection helps you with skeletons. It's more arrow resistant and other projectiles. Respiration. You can put this on a helmet, or you can put this on a helmet and it makes you breathe longer. Same with Aqua Affinity. And then thorns. Thorns is a very cool defense. If somebody hits you and you have thorns on your armor, then that person will take damage. And then depth shrouding, this makes you swim super fast in the water, only if you put it on your boots though. Frostwalker, this is also another enchantment only for boots, and it freezes the water underneath your feet. Curse of Binding is actually a bad thing. Curse of Binding makes it so that if you get it on your armor, you cannot take off your armor unless you die. Then Sharpness obviously adds more attack damage. Smite does more damage to things like skeletons, zombies, withers, ghasts, not creepers, spiders, or those little fish things. Bane of Arthropods helps on creepers, spiders, and those little fish things. Silverfish, that's what they are, and guardians. Then Knockback makes it so that when you hit your enemy, it knocks them back further. Fire aspect lights your enemy on fire. Looting only applies for hunting, but it gives you more loot. Oh, and also fire aspect will light on your pig or whatever you're hunting, and it'll cook the meat for you. And then Sweeping Edge, you know how in I forget which update they added it, but you hit with your sword and it sweeps across and hits multiple mobs at once. Now usually those mobs that are around the mob you are hitting get hit with damage, but it's very weak. Sweeping Edge makes it so that you attack all 6 at the same time with the same force, rather than all 6 at the same time and only attacking one with normal force. Curse of Vanishing makes it so that when you die, you lose that item with Curse of Vanishing. Say you die because you're shot by a skeleton, then you run back out to collect your armor, but it has Curse of Vanishing on it. Your armor doesn't come back, it vanishes forever. Unbreaking helps it so that it doesn't break as easy. Power is for the bow. It's kind of like sharpness, I guess. It makes your bow stronger. And then Punch also makes your bow stronger. It's kind of like Smite. Flame makes you have fire arrows, and Infinity makes you have infinite arrows if you have one arrow in your inventory. Now the Totem of Undying is a new thing added that the Evoker drops when you kill it. The Totem of Undying, when put in your offhand, if you were, say I were in survival, and I had half a heart, and then the mob shot me one more time, the skeleton shot me one more time, so I should have died. This Totem of Undying will disappear from my offhand. This only works if it's in your offhand. And you will get absorption hearts and regeneration. So that is pretty cool. Okay guys, now on to some actual combat tips. So if you see, these potions are good for a minute 30. Now, if I throw it above my head, it will actually go for a minute 30, as you can see right here. But say I splash it at my feet, it does about 10 seconds less. So always throw them above your head because it'll do the full effect. Also, make sure to jump up, and while you're falling down, hit to do a critical hit. It'll show those heart things. And also, always never swing like this. Always swing. Oops. Swing. Wait for it to reload. Swing. Wait for it to like cock back. It really helps. So if you guys did not know, shields protect 100% of melee damage. So here, let me spawn in a zombie. And see, he's trying to attack me, but it's doing nothing. Now, this is very good, but remember, I would recommend personally, for me, the Totem of Undying. Hey, we got a potato from him. In your offhand, because this saves you from dying. And also, if you have diamond armor on, or even iron armor, you're pretty much set if you just keep eating food. And then another cool trick is you can put a bow in your offhand. So literally you charge and shoot in your offhand while you can still hit with this hand. And it works with the axe too. And it's pretty cool. That's my lame attempt on a bullseye. So guys, now it's time to talk about choosing your sword for the resources you have if you're in a survival world and you need to go hunting or fight some sort of boss and you just want to match up your resources with your combat. So the wood sword right here has 4 attack damage and 60 durability, and it can approximately kill 15 to 24 things, and it does 150 to 240 damage in its entire durability lifespan. If you do all critical hits, you'll get 240. If you do none, you'll get 150. Now, the stone sword is the next best. Well, not the next best. Well, yes, the next best. It has 5 attack damage. It has 132 durability. That is more than double the wood sword's durability. It can get 39 to 66 kills, depending on critical hits. It can deal out 396 damage to 660 damage in its lifetime. So those are some pretty good numbers, all if you get critical hits and if you do all no critical hits. Now next up is the Iron Sword with 6 attack damage. And this has a durability of 251, which is more than double, which is a little bit less than double the Stone Sword. And its approximate kills are 87 to 138, and the lifetime damage it will deal out is 878 to 1,380. So this is really good, but only, like, for resources, only a little bit better than the Stone Sword. Next is the Gold Sword, which is really, really bad, even worse than the Wooden Sword, in fact, because it has a durability of 33, has 4 attack damage, which is the same as the Wood Sword, and then it can deal out about 8 to 13 kills in its lifetime. And remember, the wood sword can deal out 15 to 24. So this thing is literally like fighting with butter, with a stick of butter. Now, its lifetime damage will be 82 to 132, which is a lot less than the wood sword, which its least is 150 and its max is 240. Next is the by far best. This thing is amazing. It's the diamond sword. This thing, so the wood sword has 60 durability, the stone sword has 132, the iron sword has 251, the gold sword has 33 durability, the diamond sword has 1,562. This blows the iron sword out of the water. And so it deals 7 attack damage, and it can get about 624 kills at the least. Remember, the iron sword's max was 138, and at the max 1,015. This thing is a stud. And then the damage it will give out will be 6,248 to 10,153. This thing is just amazing, and it's a must-have. This and the diamond pick are just amazing. Now a little bit something more about PvP. So in PvP, when you walk forward, what happens to your hitbox is it's stretched behind you. Now your hitbox is the box of area where you can hit a player or something. See, if I hit the chicken outside of his hitbox, it's not going to hit him. But if I hit it inside his hitbox, he dies. Now basically, when you're on a server and you're playing PvP, the game will lag. And when you're moving forward, my hitbox is actually a little bit right behind me right now. So always in PvP, move towards your enemy. And the same, except opposite thing happens when you backpedal. When you backpedal, your hitbox lags, so my hitbox is in front of me. So never back away from an enemy, only go in for him and go aggressively. It's the best way to win PvP. Right now I'm going to show you the proper gear for PvP by most standards. So, depending on the server you're on, this all depends on the server you're on, this may be good or bad. So this is diamond armor, and I'll show you the enchantments that I'm going to enchant on it, and what's bad and what is good. And then also, you always want to bring a diamond sword, a bow, some food, golden apples, and then a vast array of potions. Basically as many good ones as you can. And if you're PvPing in teams, bring splash potions so you can splash them on your teammates. So basically, if I grab some lapis and put it in here, so let's see what we got on my helmet. We got fire protection, which is not that good because not many players play with fire aspect or flame, but a lot of players do. But it's semi-good, but protection is what you mainly want on any piece of armor. So now our chest piece, we got fire protection, unbreaking, and thorns. Now thorns is pretty good because anybody that attacks us will actually take damage. And fire protection is okay. Again, not many players play with flame on servers. And then unbreaking is pretty good because people will be really bashing you. Now, depending on the server, you may want an axe or a sword, because in some cases, axes are better than swords because of the time that it takes for them to regen. Like, you know how whenever you swing with a sword, it takes time to come back up. Well, an axe, on some servers, axes don't do that. So here we go. And we got fire protection once again, which is not that good. I mean, it's good if you're going into the nether, but other than that, not really. Now let's check our boots. We got protection, which is the first good enchantment that we really got other than unbreaking and thorns. So this is a pretty bad set of armor. Preferably what you would want on armor. Now this is preferred. You want protection. First most, you want protection. Second most, you'd probably want blast protection, projectile protection, or thorns. Now that's second most, not that important. But what's actually is really important is unbreaking. Now unbreaking for armor is actually really important because on some servers there's enchantments that break down armor, which is really cool. Now the next thing that you want Okay, Bane of Arthropods is not good because we're going up against players. Knockback is okay if you have a good bow, and then Unbreaking, we don't really need it because it's a diamond sword. Flame is okay, and, you know, we are actually protected against Flame, which is kind of funny. But Infinity, Power would be preferred. Infinity and Power. Now, you want Notch Apples or Golden Apples with all of your battles. You want a stack of some sort of steak or pork chops or anything. Then, you want Potions. For Potions, you want Strength Potions, and you want Splash Potions of Strength. Like this. Try and get the longest duration you can, and splash it on your teammates, like along with you. And you splash it, like I showed earlier, by aiming up at your head to get the full 3 minutes. Then you also want instant health, and with the instant health, you might as well just throw it on the ground just really quick, because, I mean, it's instant health. You need it really quickly in a jiff. And then also you want speed, and if there's a beacon nearby, haste. So, speed, and then also you just put a diamond and select haste if you have a beacon nearby, if it's factions or anything like that. But speed is, again, very, very good, and will give you the upper edge on your hitbox, like I showed earlier. So that's that. Hey guys, I'm back, and I just want to show you a quick little trick. So right now I have speed, which even increases this even more, but you can actually shoot yourself with the arrow because of the hitbox lag that I was talking about earlier, and it can launch you over walls and even over lava pits. Now, I don't know if it'll be able to clear this. It can clear the wall, I know that. But say you're cornered in PvP and there's a wall behind you, you can just shoot yourself up. Here, I'm getting good at this. You have to be like sprinting, fire, and then, yes, like that. So you shoot yourself because of the hitbox lag. And so I just shot myself over this wall. And, so I'm going to try it here. I bet I'm going to die. Nope. Ooh, that. Okay, well, you get the point. You can shoot yourself over a wall, which is pretty cool. You just need to sprint and kind of shoot. So it's really good for PvP. Hitbox lag. Now, guys, I did not talk about armor that much, and I did not talk about your enemy that much. Your enemy is the player in PvP, which has 20 hit points, and I told you about how much damage each of your weapons does. But for armor, honestly, it depends on resources. If iron, once you find diamonds and stuff and you have a diamond sword, get iron armor, and maybe even before you have a diamond sword, get iron armor. Leather armor is honestly not worth it. It takes way too long. Just go from iron to diamond. And diamond should be after you get all your tools and stuff in a survival. But yeah, so I'm going to end this episode here. I'm running a little bit short on time, so I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.